Let's see what happens if we replace the promise constructor with promise.resolve and reject. First, we disable the promise constructor. When the ready state is 4 and status 200, we return promise.resolve. Otherwise, we return promise.reject. Take a close look at where the resolve and reject method are returned. They are defined inside a callback, which is assigned to the state change event. The returned value of a callback will not become the returned value of the function that uses the callback. As a result, the returned promise object will not become the returned value of the myAjax function. Naturally, variable PO will not receive the promise object, which means the then and catch method won't work. Let's run the program to test our prediction. We can see our prediction is correct. The then method is attached to an undefined value. If you output variable PO, you will find that its value is undefined. Next, let's try another example, set timeout. The first argument of set timeout is a callback. The second one is the delay. We set it to 2 seconds. The set timeout function will return a positive integer, which represents the timer created for it. We can use that integer to cancel the timeout. Naturally, the returned value of set timeout is fixed and should not be changed. Otherwise, we won't be able to cancel this timeout. Let's return a new number in the callback. We return 1000. Let's output the result variable again. We can see its value is still 1. This also proves that the value you return inside a callback will not become the returned value of the function that uses the callback. Based on what we have just learned, let's create a fulfilled promise with a 2-second delay. Returning promise.resolve inside the callback of set timeout will not work. We first knew the promise constructor. Inside the executor function, we call the set timeout function. Inside the callback of set timeout, we call the resolve function. Now the resolve function will be executed with a 2-second delay, which means the pending promise won't be fulfilled until 2 seconds later. Let's try the program. We can see the then method is triggered 2 seconds after we refresh the page.